Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura. God, that intro gets used so rarely now. We've moved on to Armored Warfare, and I've been using the Armored Warfare one so much. I feel kind of bad for it. So, what the hell is this? It is something similar to Mingles with Jingles, yes, but it's more comprehensive than that. Jingles talks about one or two things, goes on rants and tangents and that kind of thing. This is more like a channel explanation and update. I don't give them as often anymore. I give them maybe once every month or once every couple weeks or as needed. And in this case, nearly doubling the subscribers was kind of a as needed. We were originally, the last time I did one of these was last week at 2,680 subscribers. Yeah, we're over 4K now. Hey everybody, hey all the new people. Special thank you to the gnome. He deserves a gnome treat if we can give him one of those. Oh, and I should run over his car less often, but I'm making more Armored Warfare videos. I can't help that. So how's everyone doing? And yes, I legitimately want to know. I answer all of the comments that get left on my channel at least once. Sometimes if I just put the +1 means I'm not necessarily going to leave an answer, but I am at least going to give you the notification that I read it. Meaning if you haven't seen a +1 on your comments, or have not heard back from me, I actually missed it. So if I missed something, let me know. I'll try to get to it. In the meantime, what goes on this channel? Well, as many of you might have seen, we do an XCOM 2 Let's Play. I had already planned that long before the game came out, and my first videos of it were actually on the day it went live with a live stream. And we'll be getting to an explanation of stuff going on with that momentarily. But upcoming, we are looking at also doing Man of War Corsair, Warhammer Fantasy Pirates, as well as Battlefleet Gothic Armada, Warhammer Fantasy Sci-Fi Space Battles. First time we've had a Warhammer 40K space battle game. Other than the tabletop, which it's based on. In addition to this, I'm looking at doing one other Let's Play, and I want you guys to pick it. So leave some commentary as to what you would like to see to watch, and then I will be putting up a straw poll towards the end of the XCOM 2 Let's Play to see what came as the winner. In the meantime, many of you may have noticed if you've gone back through some of my older videos, the video quality has a massive change around the start of March, end of February. That's because we upgraded the rig. Massive rig upgrade. So you can go check out that video in the description below if you would like a review and a little insight into the differences in the rig that has been purchased, which was funded, oddly enough, by the subscribers of the channel. That's right. You guys put a total of $880 between December 1st and January 30th when I made the parts order towards ordering new parts. And then I also shelled out another $1,300 of my living expense grant money in order to make this possible. So yes, I do have a living expense grant money from my tribe. Some people have asked about this, so I will explain. I almost forgot to label this as a part of the script. So, I am 1/4 Native American according to the U.S. office, which according to my grandparents is right. Since my mother is half Native American, my grandfather is all Native American, and my grandmother is white as rain. But my biological mother is no longer with us, which makes me and my little brother 1/4. My little brother is the U.S. Air Force. I am obviously a grad student and a YouTuber. Slowly becoming more popular, I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, I grew up on a horse ranch. My grandparents were not supportive of a lot of things I did, such as moving off the reservation, going to college outside the reservation, my course of study. They didn't mind the fact that I was transgender. It's kind of a tribal thing that we're okay with that, but they did mind a lot of the decisions I made that basically moved me outside of the tribe. And I probably won't be going back. Because just because you're Native American doesn't mean you can't be racist. In the meantime, having explained that to some degree, if you guys would like a full explanation on my life, you can go check out Yakking with Fiaura number 3. I actually linked it for you in the description below. It's 40 minutes long. It's a radio show in that case in which you can listen to me talk about where I'm from, what happened, how I got this far, up to that point, and just generally how life has been for me. Next, we move on to all the social media stuff and all the business end of the YouTube that has to go on in order to make this possible. You can skip this section if you'd like, so skip ahead about a minute, minute and a half. I may mark it for you in the annotations. I may forget. But if you want to become a moderator for my live streams, which happen right here on YouTube, don't go to Twitch. Twitch is only there for backup purposes. It's only there in case we need it. Otherwise, you stay here on YouTube. You'll get the notification in your subscriptions box. If you don't, then there is the events listed on the main page that tells you when stuff is going on, and you can come to the main page and just directly click and it'll take you to the live stream link. But they happen here. But if you want to become a moderator for my chat, you need to be a patron for 2 months, or you need to have been in my first 100 subscribers. So as you can see, there's a group that, yes, they do get a little bit of preferred treatment, but that's because they've been around for a while. They've been joining the fan platoons consistently. They've generally been awesome, amazing people. And therefore, they get a little bit of preferential treatment because they've been here. It's not that I don't like all of you. If you want to come in TeamSpeak and hang out in fan platoon, bring it. I enjoy having you guys play with me. And that can be taken in so many wrong ways, and I just realized the words that came out of my mouth. But, yes, so that's how you get that done. It's also the fact that the Patreon page has goals on it that show that, you know, this is what it's paying for. This is what it's going towards. Right now, you guys are paying for about half my groceries every 2 weeks, or my car insurance bill, depending upon what goes through. I want to eventually get to the point where you guys pay all my basic bills, and then everything else can be used for other stuff. Which brings us on to the other end of this business end conversation, in Facebook, Twitter, Steam group, and all that other stuff. There is a Facebook, there is a Twitter, there is a Steam group. All of those are in the description below at the bottom of the description. If you want to keep up with me, that's how you do it. There's also a Tumblr. I kind of update it infrequently. It's kind of just like a personal Facebook log or YouTube log / journal that kind of lets you guys know how, you know, stuff is going and how I'm feeling whenever I happen to update it, which is very rare. But it's all there. Yeah, I don't really use Tumblr. It's just kind of there. In the meantime, what videos, for all you new people, because there's a lot of you, right now there are 1,500 new people. Hi. For all you new people, since I did the last Yakking video, what all do you expect to see here? Well, World of Tanks is how we started. Still do that. I've actually had the experience in World of Tanks to have been in gold, silver, and bronze leagues. Currently in bronze. Not actually looking to move up because of, well, how, I won't say bad, but how hard of a dedication and how bad the sportsmanship seems to be in World of Tanks at the higher end of the skill spectrum. No offense to, I know there's plenty of people in the Gold League who have a lot of sportsmanship, but it seems like the Silver and Bronze League have deteriorated drastically, as have the End League clans. So, I'm not really looking to move up. I'm kind of happy. I don't feel the need to. I also don't want to have to practice, no offense to those guys, but they do spend about 20 hours a week in practice. And I don't have 20 hours a week right now. Even in the off-season, that's how long they are absolutely kicking it. So, we also have Armored Warfare. You heard me. Armored Warfare is the mainstay of the channel. I am not, however, eligible to compete because I took a press account. One of the defects with taking a press account is you become ineligible to play in competitive leagues because you didn't actually earn your stuff. It was given to you. So anything in which the competitive leagues offer prize support from Obsidian and or Mine.com, I am not allowed to compete in the league. It's just the truth of the matter. I wish I could say that I am allowed to, you know, go to town and have at it, but I wanted the press account. It's what I get. So we will, however, cover tournaments that we are invited to via live stream. And I will then put up a highlights video and cut out all the chaff and fluff that has to be put in between matches by me in order for you guys to have it just a continuous battle zone of all of the stuff that happened. World of Warships, question mark. I cover this infrequently. I'm going to just admit it. I don't actually play World of Warships anymore. Anytime I have a warship hankering, I tend to go for Steel Ocean instead of World of Warships, which is something else that we cover infrequently because Steel Ocean doesn't have a replay system, and I don't actually play it a hell of a lot. I have to manually record all the battles. For those who don't know, Steel Ocean is a free-to-play game on Steam that has basically the speed of Armored Warfare in terms of speed and how quick the matches actually are, with most of the mechanics of World of Warships with a lot more skill-based in its way things are done. You control the exact trajectory of your torpedoes. You do not have a guide to help you. You have a artillery-style circle for your cannons. When you fire your main armament, when you fire your secondary armament, you control exactly where they fire. You have to fire them manually. Your AA guns fire somewhat, but you actually are preferred to assume direct control over your AA guns. So if you get hit by a torpedo bomber, by a dive bomber, by a torpedo from a destroyer, and guess what, get this one, by a torpedo from a submarine, it's your fault. Yes, there are submarines as well, which is one of the reasons why I like it a little better and I actually actively play it. We also cover Heliborn when there are major updates. I have a direct link with the devs for Heliborn, and we talk sometimes, and they let me know when there's a direct big update, and then I go play the game some more and give them some more, and give them some feedback as well as some more footage of the game. We also cover Vermintide, and again, at this point, only when there are big updates. Those who don't know what Vermintide is, it's Warhammer Fantasy Horde mode against the Skaven. One, I would like to see the Skaven used in more games because the Skaven are freaking awesome. I got introduced to Warhammer through Warhammer, what was it called? Shadow of the Horned Rat, the strategy game, and the primary enemy in that is the Skaven, and I thought, oh my god, these guys are terrifyingly awesome. And that was when I was like 10. So I got introduced to Warhammer through that game. And then I got introduced to the tabletop, and yeah. So Vermintide is basically, think of Vermintide as Left 4 Dead, melee, with melee being the focus instead of range. If you would like to see more Vermintide stuff, let me know in the comments below, and I will do a video this week if we get about 10 or 11 comments saying more Vermintide, or, you know, a comment gets about 10 thumbs up on it because people want to see more Vermintide. In addition to this, I do what's called video game reviews. Fiaura's brutally honest review. I am brutally honest in them. I express how I feel, how I like the game. I try to take it from the perspective of people who would like to play this, and then go in and play. I have reviewed everything from RPGs to strategy games to... we just did a first-person shooter. I've done some top-down shooters. It's just whatever Keymailer sends me, I do a review. I try to do a review of it if it's good enough, in my opinion, to warrant a review, whether it be to warn you that you shouldn't buy it, or to tell you you should. Now, a lot of the reviews are negative. It's because I've been sent some really shitty games. One of the reviews actually made a Let's Play called The Town of Light. Didn't get a lot of views because a lot of people didn't really know what it was, but it is one of the most depressing stories I've ever played through. So there you go. That is the reviews. The other things, what are called Fiaura's First Forte, which is basically a first look at a game that's not even in closed beta yet, or is strictly in closed beta, something that you guys don't even have access to. First Fortes have been Man of War Corsair, Battlefleet Gothic Armada, are instances of First Fortes, and they are games I am looking at doing Let's Plays of. Again, if you guys want to see a certain Let's Play, let me know. Write a comment. Comment away. Let me know. I want to know what you guys want to see. I take your input very seriously for this channel. I found out about Battlefleet Gothic Armada through someone requesting it as something I should look into. Moving on. The internet issue has been fixed. Obviously, if you're seeing this video at 1 in the morning, when it is supposed to go up, i.e. 1 Eastern Standard Time, 7 a.m. Central European Standard Time, then the internet issue is completely fixed. At least that's what Optimum has told me. If this is the second time in 2 weeks that we've had internet issues. It's the first time in ever that we've had these sorts of issues. And if they happen again, I'll be looking for a new internet service provider, aka ISP. So, get your shit together, Optimum. Thank you for getting it together within 48 hours. Keep it that way, please. I also remember who my friends are. The people who, you know, helped me when I was a little tiny 100, 130, 150. You know, when the channel was small, struggling. When the initial reaction to this channel was, oh my god, she's transgender. I must say something rude and insulting on the grounds that I hate those people. You know who you are. You probably already unsubscribed. You're probably not even here anymore. But you know who you are. Those are Tanks for the Memories, Deviant Cage, and Lord Chipmunk. I usually give a shout out or up to 3 during these Yakking with Fiaura videos. If you would like to see those channels, they're in the description below. Tanks for the Memories covers World of Warships, Armored Warfare, and World of Tanks exclusively, and is usually only found on Twitch live streams. His YouTube channel is simply a highlight channel. Deviant Cage lives in Australia and can't live stream, but he gives you the Australian Down Under experience of Armored Warfare. Lord Chipmunk covers World of Tanks, World of Warships, and is doing a Let's Play of some of the games he already owns on Steam. It's kind of what you would expect to see of a YouTube channel that's kind of starting out, which he's been around for a while. It's just a lot of people haven't heard of him. I find him adorable. He's also one of the members of my XCOM team because he's a subscriber and a frequent commenter here. And we're friends. And I hope to see him when I go to England in June. Moving on. Charity this month is worldwidecancerresearch.org. We are doing this charity this month. As many of you who have been here a long time, I do a charity live stream every month on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. That is in the 3rd full week of the month. So this time is on April 20th. And it is World of Tanks as usual. It is tanking for the cure. Or, you know, fighting for the cure, whatever you want to call it. I don't think of these punny names. I'll let you guys make them up and then I just put them on there. But we're doing this because a recent subscriber and very, I hate to say this, but he's like gone all out to support the channel and support me and make sure that I have food to eat. Because as many of you know, I have recently been removed from the tutoring center along with roughly 200 other graduate tutors as 2 of the 3 tutoring centers at the college closed. We're gone. We got our last paychecks and that's it. So this is it, guys. This is my income. Like, I bust my ass for you guys because of that. Because I know that I want to make you guys happy. I want this to be a community that is involved. Like, my subscribers should be able to reach out and talk to me if they wanted to. That's why you guys can come in for fan platoons at any time during Armored Warfare and World of Tanks, so long as I've got a spot. Hence why the spots are almost always full. That's why I do fan plays on Sunday. Right now it's Cards Against Humanity. I don't know how much longer that's going to be going. I'm thinking through April we'll probably do Sunday fan plays with Cards Against Humanity. Maybe do the first week of May and then move into something new. And I will be announcing what that new thing is. And if it's something you guys have to buy, I will likely buy a couple copies with my own money to pass out so that people can play. Which, by the way, thanks for 4,000! Holy crap, I didn't expect to hit this till like mid-May, or end of May at the earliest. But yay, thank you, Gnome. I would give you gnome treats and beer, but I don't have the ability to physically do that right now. Maybe later. And I'm glad that Jingles actually does come by and watch the live streams, even though he doesn't say anything in the chat. It would be nice if he did. But we are doing this for Jacob because I apparently remind him of his mother. and that made me smile quite a lot. And he explained that his mother has passed away from cancer. So we are doing this in her honor and her name. You will see the live stream is scheduled on the main page as monthly charity live stream fighting against cancer. And I'm going to try to pronounce her name, Jacob, and I can't make any promises. Magdalena Petrova? Magdalena Petrova? I hope I got that right. But we are doing it in her honor. She has already passed away, but you know what? If we can make one less person have to suffer for losing someone to cancer, let's do it. Seriously, guys. It's up to you. All stream tip for that day, all YouTube fan funding, and all advertising income for that entire day go directly to fighting the cure. Finding the cure and fighting cancer. In addition, if you want to donate afterwards, you missed the stream or something, I leave it open for 48 hours, so until Friday, April 22nd, if you donate to the stream tip or to YouTube fan funding, and you leave the words for charity, for Magdalena, or fighting for the cure, then I will know that that money goes towards the donation. I do one donation at the end of the live stream announcing how much we made during the live stream, and then I do the other donation during the next month, just before the charity starts, when Google pays out for anything that went into YouTube fan funding and for the advertising income. Next we have conventions. I am going to Seismicon. Not as a convention attendee, because it's in San Francisco and it would be ridiculous for me to go to a convention in San Francisco just as an attendee. I am actually going as the lead villain of the convention. I am an actress there. I will be playing Queen Quake. Now I'm going to explain what Seismicon is. I explained it in the last Yakking with Fiaura video. It is a My Little Pony convention that I didn't know existed until they invited me to come play the villain. I wasn't even sure who Queen Quake was until I'd already volunteered for the job, and then got explained to me what I would be doing, and I just went, well, I already volunteered, let's do it. So I will be playing a giant anthropomorphic pony at a convention, and I will be a villain. For those who would like a teaser, there is a link in the description below, and I am going to give a little bit of one directly from the script today. Give me a moment. Silence, you fools! I think I have had enough time to chat about this, and that I have a contest to win. That is a short sample, a single line from the script. Apparently, Queen Quake is basically chaotic evil, and I will be playing her for the weekend. In addition to this, we will be going to the anime convention NicoCon later this year. We may be going to a couple conventions this summer. I am checking in now to see if they're smaller conventions, but I am checking in now to see if I can go as a guest of the convention or an attendee. We'll find out. I doubt I can get as a guest of the convention, but I have found that it never hurts to ask and try, because the amount of stuff that, like, the keys for game reviews, for instance, that I get, never hurts to ask. We got a key for Battlefleet Gothic Armada. I'm not going to argue. We got a key for Man of War Corsair, which is this awesome pirate game. I got a key for XCOM 2. I didn't have to pay for it. I'd already planned to do it as a Let's Play, and I asked about it, and they said, sure, here you go. And I'm like, sweet! So it never hurts to ask. Moving on. The last two things that we are going to go over are the pictures that I've received all this week, which you'll see at the end of the Yakking video after I sign out, and then you'll just get a montage of all the pictures that have arrived since the last Yakking video, which went up exponentially, oddly enough. And then you'll get your end cut outro, and we'll be done. But I am going to answer some of your questions. How do I get you a replay? There's an email in the description below. You can send me replays for World of Tanks through Watt Replays or Quickie Baby Replays. I don't care which one you use. And you need to give me a description of what happened in the match. Not just, you know, 3,000 damage, 5 kills, yada yada yada. No. You need to tell me, like, specific important events, things that I should know, because when I watch these, I'm not going to watch them beforehand. I'm going to decide this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to watch and record it. Sometimes I waste my time with this and don't use the recording. More importantly, if your replay isn't going to get a feature, it usually gets used in a Yakking with Fiaura video. And I will send you an email letting you know when your replay gets used. There's also a link in the description below to Armored Warfare Replays How To. This tells you how to send Armored Warfare replays, whether it be me, Jingles, or whoever. This tells you how you should send your Armored Warfare replays to us. Now, next question. How do I get on the XCOM 2 team? Leave a comment on an XCOM video asking to volunteer. I need a first and last name you want to go by. I will use your YouTube name that you're using here as your nickname. And I need a gender and nationality. Also, any specific things you want in your costume. And then I will add you to the list. If you would like to make changes to your XCOM 2 character, you need to leave a comment in an XCOM video saying, hey, I'd like a change. And I will take care of those changes before the next XCOM 2 recording. But that's how you get in. I randomly roll to determine who is going to be on that list. And yes, I roll physical dice to determine who will be on that list. On that list will get thrown in when I do a recruitment. Next question, am I doing more than one XCOM 2 playthrough? Yes, when there is the expansion, Shin's Legacy, that should be coming out sometime this summer, we will be doing a second playthrough. When is the next Blitzkrieg? Blitzkrieg, for those who don't know, is a series about the vehicles of Warhammer 40k in which I use my engineering experience and my expertise that I have gained through various outlets, as well as just directly asking a couple of armor experts after I take pictures, measurements, and so on of various Warhammer 40k vehicles to analyze their practicality. I.e., would this be a vehicle we would one day use in the future? If so, why? Or why not? How impractical are some of these machines, and how far into this realm of science fantasy did we wonder? We are doing the next Blitzkrieg episode next week. There's a week delay because I am waiting on the place in Maryland that used to be the Games Workshop bunker that I go to do a lot of my measurements, because I actually take a protractor, a small balance, a measuring tape that's scaled down to the scale of the actual miniatures, so on and so forth, to actually physically handle the models themselves in order to get my research data. A lot of people didn't realize that I go through that much work. Yes, I do 2 visits a week to there, but we're waiting until that store can get a couple of the models for the Walker episode in, because they had a tournament, which they sent off a tournament team who took a bunch of the models with them, and therefore I'm waiting for them to come back. More importantly, also, we had after I'd gotten most of my research data, we also had a storm here while the file was open, and it corrupted the file, so I only have my handwritten notes. Not the script that I had been preparing, so instead we put it off a week because Remlace has a normal job, so it's next week. What are we doing after Blitzkrieg? We don't know yet. We're taking suggestions. Leave suggestions if you want stuff after Blitzkrieg. Leave suggestions on his channel. Let him know too. But we don't know yet. We're figuring that out. I promise. But we're figuring that out. When are my live streams? Normal live streams are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Wednesday usually from noon or 1 until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, aka 1800 Central European Standard Time, until around midnight. They can be extended by us making subscriber goals and or by us making fan funding goals. I.e., the power to get rewards is in you guys' hands. This Wednesday, all the goals are met already. Yes, I carry over goals from previous live streams into the next one. This will be the last live stream, I think, in which subscriber goals will be pre-met, but we'll see. And I say we'll see because something else is happening this week, and you guys should expect a special video as soon as it happens. Moving on. Thursday, I'd usually start at 3 p.m. in the afternoon after I get out of class and go until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time US, which is 9 o'clock at night, so 2100 East European Standard Time, Central European Standard Time, until 1 in the morning. Friday, we start Darkest Dungeon. It's Darkest Dungeon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys, again, can volunteer to be the adventurers, which, as it turns out, is not the healthiest job in the world. I lost 3 of you Friday night. The highlight goes up on Friday to remind you guys that it's happening. And if you would like to join, I literally just ask in chat when I recruit new adventurers, hey, who wants to volunteer? And then I take you right in. What is your major? Explain, and I'm going to explain graduate school while I'm at this. I have a bachelor's degree in women and gender studies with a minor in human sexuality. I am studying for a master's in human sexuality. Literally, the study of the communication of human beings for the purposes of how we interact with each other for relationships of intimacy and of a sexual nature. I understand all of this. I was starting a channel called Fiaura Education as a spinoff of this channel, but because of people reporting it on YouTube, I had to stop. The channel is in the red for community standing, and actually, no, it just got moved back to green. But I literally had the channel, at one point the channel was actually terminated because people were reporting it because we're discussing things of a sexual nature. No, I'm not putting up sexually explicit pictures, but apparently people found it offensive. Go figure. And after the appeals process I had to go through, I found it wasn't worth my time if Google is not going to at least do something to prevent people from filing what is effectively false reports about EULA violations because they found the nature of the content not necessarily in their liking, whether that be politically, religiously, or otherwise. I was literally explaining this from a scientific perspective. So, there you go. I was doing that channel. We might do it again, but that's going to require a significant amount of support. But I am expected to start my thesis in the fall. We may be putting that off for a full calendar year. It depends upon how things look at the end of May and how far along I am on my proposal. When is the next RNG video? I don't know. Probably after the last week of grad school, because those videos take hours to do. Literal hours. And therefore it becomes a very painful process to get one out on when I only have about 3 hours a night to do your videos. So that is everything for this week. Now we are going to see all of the pictures that have crossed my desk. The replays used in this video were provided by you guys. They are replays that were not necessarily the most awesome, amazing stuff that I could use for a feature, but they were good enough to be featured on the channel during a Yakking video. So that's how those got picked. These are all the things that have crossed my desk. And I'll see you all in the next video. Don't forget to deliver the pimp hand of justice to the like button. Comment on all the stuff we mentioned, whether it be what Let's Plays you want to see, any questions you have. Remember, I will reply to all the comments that I can, and hopefully get all of them. I haven't missed one yet, I don't know of, but that is a contradictory statement in and of itself. If you haven't subscribed yet, then do me a favor and caress the subscribe button like you would a lover. It would most appreciate such a thing, as would I. And I say these phrases because, you know, when you hear people say hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you tune it in one ear and go out the other. But if I say stuff like pimp hand of justice, the like button, you're more than likely to hit it because you're more than likely to take that extra second from hearing the pimp hand of justice. And if you'd like to check out the previous Yakking video, it will be available to you at the end in an annotation. In the meantime, enjoy all the photos. Bye-bye. drive for breast cancer. Actually, January. I stand corrected. Back in January, we did a drive for breast cancer, and Abby was one of the recipients of the charity, and that's because she was dealing with breast cancer and also happens to be a manager for World of Tanks noobs and Armored Warfare noobs communities. I am happy to report that Abby recently came out and said that she has won her fight with breast cancer. Yay! So, Abby, if you don't mind, could you explain to everyone what it is exactly you do for WOT noobs and AW noobs folks?
I started